Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into what might be one of the most unexpected, high-octane stories of the entire NFL season, the Houston Texans.
It really is. I mean, if you just looked at their start, that ugly 0-3 run, you would never, ever believe the position they're in right now.
Absolutely not. And for you listening, the goal here is pretty simple. We want you to quickly get how the 6-5 Houston Texans are suddenly in this spot.
Yeah, fresh off this massive, season-defining 23-19 win over the Buffalo Bills on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
They're not just, clinging to playoff hopes. They're actually driving the bus.
That's the thing. Our mission is to figure out the complex state of this team. Specifically, how on earth are they winning games despite some major compounding personnel setbacks?
That win against the Bills was it was monumental. It solidified everything.
It did. It completely shifted the narrative.
Yeah.
A team that, let's be honest, was written off in September is now a legitimate mid-season contender.
But here's the central contradiction, and this is what makes it so interesting. They are winning with a severely hampered bottom-half offense and an injured superstar quarterback.
It's like they've had an identity transplant mid-season.
Yeah.
And we have to start at the source of that.
You have to, because this isn't just luck. This is coaching.
Exactly. Let's focus on the seismic shift that head coach DeMeco Ryans has brought. He was hired for the 2023-24 season, and the impact has been, well, it's been immediate and, frankly, historical.
The historical context is so critical here. It really drives home what Ryans has already achieved. So when we look at the books, his current career coaching record is 28-21.
Which is good, but what makes it historical?
What's absolutely fascinating is that it makes him only the second Texans coach in the franchise's entire history to have a winning record.
Wait, only the second? Ever?
Ever. That one statistic just puts a massive frame around this entire story.
Who's the other one?
Bill O'Brien. He finished 54-52 over nearly 6 seasons. The thing is, Ryans is pacing to hit that in like a fraction of the time, and he's done it by just fundamentally changing the culture.
Right, because when a team starts 0-3, the normal thing to do is just implode.
Of course. But Ryans, with his defensive background, he instilled this resilience and discipline that you could see almost instantly.
You mentioned that 0-3 start. That was the valley. So where did the momentum actually shift?
It was subtle, but the turning point was unmistakable. It was the moment they managed to completely shut out the Tennessee Titans early in the season.
Okay, so that wasn't just another win.
No, it was a statement. It was the moment they basically said, we are not that team that started the year. And it gave them the confidence to just chip away, winning 2 more games over the next 4, building real steam.
They were on the upswing, defying expectations, relying on that new defensive grit.
Exactly. And just as that momentum hits, cruising altitude, the team gets blindsided by the biggest setback they could possibly face.
Which brings us right to the QB roller coaster.
That's right. Just when everything seemed to be aligning, their star quarterback, C.J. Stroud, suffers a sidelining concussion in that Week 9 loss to the Broncos.
And that wasn't just an injury. I mean, it felt devastating. Suddenly, they're back to a losing record, and their offense, which was already kind of struggling, was even weaker.
Right. The conventional wisdom said the momentum had to die right then and there.
This is where the story gets really interesting for me, because the momentum didn't stall.
Yeah.
When your starting QB goes down, especially one playing at Stroud's level, you expect a total collapse.
But here's the twist. The backup, Davis Mills, he didn't just step in, he became the ultimate game manager.
What does that even mean in this context?
In the 2 weeks right after Stroud's injury, Mills leads the team to 2 critical, unexpected wins. He just steadied the ship. The whole focus was on minimizing mistakes, maximizing the run game, and it set the stage for that huge Thursday night game against the Bills.
Which Mills also started and won?
Which he also started and won.
Okay, but let's pause on his performance. Was he really the hero here? Or was he just competent enough while the defense made his job incredibly easy?
That's a crucial distinction.
Because that 23-19 win over the Bills, with Mills under center, it wasn't some offensive masterpiece. What defined that win wasn't who was throwing the ball. It was who was relentlessly stopping the other team's offense.
And the stats back you up completely. Mills was exactly what they needed. Careful, efficient, but the defense was the driving force.
So that shifts our focus to the tale of two sides. The elite defense just compensating for a struggling offense.
Let's dive deep into that defense then, because Their performance against the Bills was genuinely shocking. They sacked Josh Allen 8
A
times.
staggering 8 times. That's not just a big number. That was the most the Houston defense had recorded all season.
And if you look at how they got those sacks, you see Ryans' influence immediately. It's not just random pressure. Defensive end Danielle Hunter was
He's
everywhere.
been exceptional.
But the whole unit was flying around. We heard Hunter after the game, and he kept saying it was about discipline, not just talent. He said, the defense was staying disciplined. We did a good job all around together.
And that discipline, that translates directly to the league rankings, right?
Yeah.
If we connect this to the broader stats, where does Houston actually stand defensively?
They stand alone. Houston's defense is truly elite. They allowed the fewest points per game of any team in the entire league.
The fewest in the entire league.
Yep, 16.3 points per game. Just think about what that means. Every single time they step on the field, they are giving their offense this massive advantage. They are dictating the terms, forcing opponents to score under 20 points, which is a brutally difficult thing to do week after week.
That is astounding. But the defense has to be that good because, like we said, they are constantly having to make up for the struggles on the other side of the ball.
Let's talk about that offensive struggle. It's the necessary counterpoint. They only score an average of 22 points per game.
And that 22 points per game puts them squarely at 21st in the league.
That is a significant disconnect. You have a top-tier, statistically #1 defense, paired with an offense that is firmly mediocre, sitting in the bottom half of the league.
So the offense is just failing to convert possession, struggling on third downs.
Pretty much. And they often rely entirely on the defense to set them up with short fields.
And that offensive problem gets compounded by injuries, which makes that 21st ranking look even harder to overcome. We know Stroud is out, but that's not all.
Right. The scoring challenge is made even more difficult with running back Joe Mixon out for the season with that foot injury. Losing a running back like that means the opposing defense can key in even harder on the passing game, or, the lack thereof.
It creates a razor-thin margin for error. The defense can't win 23-19 every single week?
No. If they give up 20 points, the offense has to step up and deliver 21. And we have concrete proof that 21st ranking that they cannot reliably do that. They have a ceiling because of these issues. That is the core tension defining this whole team right now.
That tension makes the rest of their schedule absolutely fascinating. The fact that they're 6-5 is a testament to Ryans and that defense. But now we have to look ahead. What's the critical factor for their immediate future?
Well, that takes us to what we're watching next. And the entire immediate trajectory of this team revolves around the health of C.J. Stroud.
It all comes down to him.
Will he clear the concussion protocol? Will he be available for Houston's crucial AFC South showdown with the Indianapolis Colts next Sunday?
And that Colts game is not just another game. It's a divisional clash with huge playoff implications.
Huge. If they want to capitalize on this record and make a real push, they need Stroud back because, as we established, Davis Mills, while admirable, can only do so much.
He can't make up for those missing points and the lack of dynamism.
If Stroud plays, the offense gets an immediate, much-needed boost. He elevates the scoring potential instantly, which takes some of that incredible pressure off the defense to be perfect.
And if he doesn't play?
If he doesn't play, we're watching another high-stakes experiment to see if that league-best defense can win a game virtually single-handedly against a divisional rival.
That's a great point about the play calling, too. Under Mills versus under Stroud. When Mills is in, the game plan just simplifies dramatically. We saw much more predictable, safer plays against the Bills.
Exactly. Mills succeeded by being risk-averse. Stroud, on the other hand, he thrives on making those dynamic, sometimes risky plays that convert a 3rd and long.
And those lead to touchdowns instead of field goals.
Right. So the decision next week isn't just about a QB change. It's about choosing between aggressive play calling designed to score 30 or conservative play calling designed to keep the game below 20.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Now that you have all the pieces, let's just synthesize what we've uncovered. You now understand the core tension of the Houston Texans.
They are winning through the historical coaching success of DeMeco Ryans, the critical fill-in job by Davis Mills, and an elite league-best defense.
All while facing the harsh reality of an injured star QB in a struggling offense, now also missing its top running back.
It's a really compelling, counterintuitive success story, and the stats tell you everything you need to remember.
Go on.
The Texans are defined entirely by their defensive strength, allowing just 16.3 points a game, which is compensating for their offensive mediocrity scoring only 22 points a game.
That is the essential nugget of knowledge to take away. The defense is the floor, the ceiling, and, frankly, the walls of this organization right now. Which leads us to a great, final, provocative thought for you to track.
Given these mounting offensive injuries Stroud situation, Mixon being out, and considering the challenging schedule they face, how sustainable is this? How sustainable is a winning record when the defense has to carry almost the entire burden of success?
Can they really keep the opposing team under 20 points every single week just to get a win? That's the high-stakes question.
It is.
Whether the Texans keep building this incredible, unexpected run or finally buckle under the weight of those offensive issues is going to make for must-watch football this December. Thanks for diving in with us.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.